All right, so what we are going to do today is we are going to do some measurement notes. All right, so we are going to focus on English since this is engineering in the United States. So we are not going to be doing metric like you would do in your science classes. So what I want you to do is take a moment and split up your engineering notebook into 16 separate columns. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And then we are going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows high. Use a ruler, all right, and separate it out. I did about a uh, triangle and a half, and that was good for the whole distance. All right, so triangle and a half, all the way across. All right, pause here, do that. All right, so this is a little bit easier to see. What we are going to do is we are going to break down 1 inch into basically fractions. So if you have a whole inch, all right, that is just 0 all the way to 1. All right, so that's pretty simple. Then if you have a half inch, um, inches are broken into 16 different sections. So 1/2 is 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so then 2/2, which is 1 inch, is another 8. All right, so once we get to fourths, all right, since the overall is 16, 1/4 is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2/4 is 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so this would be 2/4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be 3/4, and this would be 4/4. If we go to eighths, all right, we have again 16 of these. So 1/8 is right here. 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8, 6/8, 7/8, and 8/8. All right. Last one we're going to do is 16ths. That is just 16ths all the way across. So 2/16, 3/16, 4/16, 5/16, 6/16, 7/16, 8/16, 9/16, 10/16, 11/16, 12/16, 13/16, 14/16, 15/16, and 16/16. All right. So I am not going to do 30 seconds right now, but I want you to look at this. All right. So basically, if you are measuring something, you would go to the lowest, basically most simplified. All right. So another way to say that, if you just had 1/16, that would be this. If you had 2/16, you would go up to eighths. 3/16, still 16ths. If you had 1/4, that's 4/16, 2/8, or 1/4. 5/16, 6/16, or 3/8. 7/16, 1/2. 9/16, 10/16, or 5/8. So that would be 5/8. 11/16, and then that would be 3/4, 3/16, 7/8, 15/16, and then 1. All right. So if you look on this ruler here, and you have that, this is obviously 1 inch. The next longest is 1/2. All right. Then the next longest tick marks are 1/4 and 3/4. All right. Then the next one is 1/8, and then 3/8, and then 5/8, and then 7/8, and then finally these are 16ths. So this would be 1/16. This would be 3/16. This would be 5/16. This would be 7/16. This would be 9/16. This would be 11/16. This would be 13/16, and this would be 15/16. All right. So if you see that, that's basically our setup. Now, what you are going to do is you are going to use this, all right, to then measure. Now, you are going to use a ruler, all right. The first one, all right, so if you look at this, so this is what you are going to get. If it is exactly on it, all right, so you see this ruler right here, all right, so you have, this is 1 whole inch, this would be 1/2, this would be 1/4. So A, in fraction form, is 1/4. In decimal form, you would take 1 divided by 4, which is 0.25. Okay. Next one, B, is not exactly on a line. So if it is not exactly on a line, that is where you would go up to 32s. All right. So if it's not exactly on a line, that's when you would go up to the next one. All right. So in this case, you are between 15/16 and 16/16. All right. So this one, right between 15/16 and 16/16. So that is 30 seconds and 32 seconds. So that would be the middle between there. So that is 31 seconds. Okay. So if you took out a calculator, because I wouldn't expect you to necessarily know what that is, you would take 31 divided by 32, and your answer here would be 0.969. All right. C, if you look at it, it goes past the 1. So you know you have 1 inch now. And it goes all the way to 3/4. So this would be 1.75. D is here. So this one's a tricky one. You know it's all the way to 2. So it's definitely 2. But if you look right here, all right, it's not quite to 1 inch or 1/2 of an inch. So, and it's more than 1/4. So what you have is this is basically in between 3/8 and the 16th. So basically, if you look back over here, it's in between these. All right. So another way to say that is this one is, so this would be 6/16, that would be 7/16. All right. That would be 12 30-seconds and 14 30-seconds. So this one would be 13 30-seconds. All right. So, and if you did that, 13 divided by 30 seconds, 2.36. All right, and then finally E right here is just after 3. So 3, and we'll just say 1/32. 32nd there. All right, so 1 divided by 32 is 3.031. All right, so now what you are going to do is you are going to do a measurement lab with these types of rulers. So see if you can see this right here. So these rulers are not meant to be confusing, but it depends on what part you're using. So the inches 1, 2, 3, and 4 on here, do you see how it has that 32 mark right there? It has all 32 increments right there. So if you don't like that and you like what we just did, you would go up to this one. So you see how this measurement right here is the normal 16 measurement. So you could use any of these values up here for that. Just realize that if it's below that, you would just realize that there's 32 measurements. All right. So make sure you use this side. You are going to measure some different things. The first part is measuring what is on your lab. So on the paper itself, you're going to measure that. And then if there's time, you are going to flip the paper over and you are going to start measuring things around the room. All right. Be careful because accuracy matters.